made it. Thank you so much for having me up here, inviting me here, Karma, Madam Ambassador. We're all very grateful that you're here, and Lamala, very grateful to have you here tonight, and all of you beautiful people. I wanted to mention that my family were immigrants as well, not in this generation. My father was born in Brooklyn, and his grandfather came from Ireland. So the struggle of an immigrant is, and that courageous adventure of being an immigrant is, although not in my present life, in my family heritage. And I think that this film did a wonderful job in paying homage to that struggle and also the victory of it as well. So I wanted to thank you for that. I have a few questions for the filmmakers, and maybe I'll start with Karma. So filmmakers have processes usually, and they vary. Sometimes they're very improvisational. Sometimes it comes from a story that they think about for a long time, and then it comes to fruition. And I'm curious to hear from you, how do stories come to you and then actually get translated onto the screen?
Thank you. Thank you for your question. Good evening, Ma'am Ambassador and other dignitaries and all my dear friends. Thank you so much for coming for this screening. And I really apologize in the beginning that we had a technical error, which we did not expect that to happen. Thank you for your patience. And yes, back to your question. Yes, I mean, regards to the story writing, it depends on individual. But for me, writing stories, it just happens throughout my journey. So whenever I travel, I meet different people, different situations, and different, incidents in my life. So I always think that it's in a very positive way, that bad or good, I just write it down. Through my mistake, I learn, and through my success, I see that this is how you work in life. So I have my script editor, who is all the time, like even in the midnight, like she's worried, and she does my, story correction. So whatever I have spoken on the screen is because she helped me, and Gary is always there, like he's a guidance to me, and of course you, the next. We met through internet. She watched my film, Kishuthara, Pattern of Love, and she really liked the film. So that's how we met through, correspondence. And this is the first time we are meeting in person. So we worked for years, but then we never met. So this is how the story begins. And initially, we have a very interesting story. So I was introduced by one of my friends, Dr. Peter, in LA, and I was like looking badly to find an editor who can guide me to, edit this mountain to ocean, because that was completely in mess. And I was playing with the puzzling, where to put which character and what to write on it. And then I was introduced to her, and she came to my house. And when I screened the film was not like this. It was all over. And then what I liked about her was very honest, the honesty, which I really value in persons. No matter how harsh they talk or what they do, but then if the person is very honest, I think that's how we progress in life. Oh no, I cannot work on this project. And I was like, oh, I already have a date, and then now my movie is not even presentable. And like she says, she works as a commercial editor, and and she earns a lot. But then she just came on this project just to help. She saw something in the movie which I didn't see it. So that's how the editor makes the film. So thank you so much for taking all this mess. And I told her, okay, please welcome to this mess project. So then like she was like, no, you have to, scream, die, and you open your heart, and then you have to bleed and go on the floor. This is not the end. So then we challenge. So this is how the mountain to ocean has become one piece. So this is what we have presented to you. Thank you so much.
I love that explanation because it. There are, I don't know if you're a mother, Karen, but there's 4 mothers on this stage, and it sounded a little bit like childbirth.
Yes.
You have to scream and roll around on the floor a little bit, and then you have something that you love. And you couldn't imagine life without it.
Yes.
That was very interesting, and this leads to my question for Aranessa. Am I saying your beautiful name properly?
Aranessa.
Aranessa. Mm-hmm. You have a background in documentary filmmaking, and documentary filmmaking, as far as I understand, I've never made one, only narratives. You're taking a sea of knowledge, and you're having to figure out where the threads are connected, and then present it. Is that pretty good?
Yeah,
Cliff notes.
Because when you make a documentary, very little is known far ahead of the process that you're at filming. So many times you're just following a story and following a story. So when you, as the editor, you're getting this footage maybe after that story has been followed for a while, or along with that story being pursued. And of course the director will have aims, they'll have goals to have certain outcomes, they'll have a dream that they hope the film will result to, but ultimately you don't know, and you are you're having to listen to this material, not just at the face value of what it is. You have to perceive the material on what the people really mean, what they are really saying behind the words that they're telling you. If you just take the face value of what they say literally, you probably have missed the film to a large extent as an editor, as a filmmaker. Yeah.
Thank you, Aranessa. Thank you. That was a beautiful, beautiful explanation. Yeah. So we have to rip ourselves open and share ourselves, right? All our vulnerability, our the good parts and the bad parts, right? And then we can share something that will be honest and helpful. Yeah. And she did that, don't you think? Yeah. Gary, I would love to hear what it is about Karma's work that drew you in and made you want to become a partner in her film endeavors.
Thank you, Noelle. Well, it was Karma's spirit, first of all. Noticed that right away. You know, all of us in life, right? We come across people, and we know immediately you feel like you're at home. And I felt that with Karma. It's really interesting. We want to give our thanks to an incredible cast and all the technicians on the film. And there's so many people involved, and it takes a team to be successful. Karma is the first to always push that. But with every successful team, there's always someone at the top. And that was Karma. Because Karma has the vision and she has the technical expertise. And in independent filmmaking, Karma is so unique because she's involved in every aspect of the film. You saw that in Kushathar, Pattern of Love. She's involved with everything. Location, costuming. She's right there with the cinematographer. She's doing light things. No, we got to reshoot this, and she's right behind the camera. She does the script. She does the direction. She produces. And so she's just a remarkable soul, and I'm just so honored to have known Karma these last 3.5 years. And I would like to share this. Karma has many, many wonderful stories to tell and to put on film. And as I said earlier, my prayer for Karma and my deepest wish is that somebody's going to discover her. Somebody in the film industry, a producer, a director, but somebody that can take her to that next step, because she has so much to offer the world. And she always has the Bhutanese culture at heart. And that's something that I think is so important, because she's bringing Bhutan to the world. And I know that's deep, deep in her heart that she wants to continue to do. And as far as our editor, you know, we lost our editor not too long ago. And this precious angel down here stepped forward and at the last minute just helped pull everything together. And God bless you and thank you for doing that. And we haven't had a chance to really talk and meet because I just came in. So thank you very much for doing that and stepping in with Karma and really putting it all together.
And I just have one last question for Karen. Karen is a dance journalist who has gone to Bhutan many times and is also an author, has written about Bhutanese culture. And I'm so intrigued and curious as to how you connected and this became, is this a good story? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, good.
So I had written quite a few articles for Tashi Delek magazine, and the editor-in-chief contacted me that he wanted to launch a new publication and asked if I would contribute to it. And I was thinking, oh, what should I write about? And a few months before, I had attended the premiere of Kushutara here in New York City. I was truly moved by the movie, the wisdom, the beauty, everything that Karma had woven together to share about Bhutanese culture and Buddhist spirituality and morality. And so I thought, you know, I think I'll write about Kushutara. This is the perfect opportunity to put something out about that. So it wasn't a dance article, it wasn't what I usually write about, but it gave me the opportunity to meet Karma, and it just so happened that my first guide in Bhutan, I emailed him right after I had seen the premiere, and I said, you know, I saw this movie about the weaving tradition in your hometown, and it was made by Karma Deki, and what can you tell me about this wonderful weaving tradition? And he said, oh, she's my first cousin. If you want to get to know her, I'll be happy to put you in touch. So I knew we were fated. I knew this was the right project. And I emailed her, she called me immediately, and we got together, and the rest was history. We're friends.
I would like to share a very interesting, very short stories about Kishuthara. This is the first Kishuthara that my very first feature films, props. And this is woven by my mom. She did 2 panels, and then my grandmother did 1. And this is where I started my journey in filmmaking. So I always wear and I carry, and all of you and all wonderful team I met is through my film. So I really value what I'm wearing tonight, and this is going to be with me forever. Thank you.